welcome to the video. Today we will go into an article from the Reserve Bank of India. Frequently asked questions, real-time gross settlement systems, RTGS. It was updated, you can see it, October 21st last year. So what does RTGS stand for? The acronym RTGS stands for Real-Time Gross Settlement, which can be explained as a system where there is continuous and real-time settlement of fund transfers individually on a transaction-by-transaction basis without netting. Real-time means processing of instructions at the time they are received. Gross settlement means that the settlement of funds transfer instructions occurs individually. 2. Are the payments under RTGS final and revocable? Considering that the funds settlement takes place in the books of the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), payments are final and irrevocable. What are the benefits of using RTGS? RTGS offer many advantages for funds transfers. It's a safe and secure system for funds transfer. RTGS transaction transfers have no amount cap set by RBI. The system is available on all days on the 24/7 each day of the year. There is real-time transfer of funds to the beneficiary account. The remitter need not use a physical check or a demand draft. The beneficiary need not visit a bank branch for depositing the paper instruments. The beneficiary need not be apprehensive about loss, theft of physical instruments, of the likelihood of fraudulent encashment thereof. The remitter can initiate the remittance from his/her home place of work using internet banking if his/her bank offers such services. The transaction charges have been capped by RBI. The transaction has legal backing. How the processing of RTGS is different from that of National Electronic Fund Transfers (NEFT) system. NEFT is an electronic fund transfer system in which the transactions received upon a particular time are processed in batches. Contrary to this, in RTGS, the transactions are processed continuously on a transaction-by-transaction basis throughout the day. Is RTGS a 24/7 system, or are there some timing applicable? So yeah, it will be available 24/7 from December 14th, 2020, so 3 years ago. Is there any minimum maximum amount stipulation for RTGS transactions? The RTGS system is primarily meant for large value transactions. The minimum amount to be remitted through RTGS is, I think it is a rupee or something. So yeah, with no upper or maximum ceiling. What about processing charges, service charges for RTGS transactions? With effect from July 1st, 2019, RBI has waived processing charges levied by it for RTGS transactions. Banks may pass on the benefit to its customers with a view to rationalize the service charges levied by banks for offering funds transfers through RTGS systems. A broad framework of charges has been mandated as under: inward transactions free, no charge to be levied; outward transactions and not excessive, exclusive of tax, if any; above, not exceeding, exclusive of tax, if any. Banks may decide to charge a lower rate, but cannot charge more than the rate prescribed by RBI. 8. What are the essential information that the remitting customer needs to furnish to the bank for making a remittance? The remitting customer has to furnish the following information to a bank for initiating an RTGS remittance. one amount to be remitted, the account number to be debited, name of beneficiary bank and branch, the IFSC number of the receiving branch, name of the beneficiary customer, account number of the beneficiary customer, sender to receiver information, if any, sender and beneficiary legal entity identifier for eligible transactions. 9. How would one know if the IFSC numbers of the receiving branch? The IFSC number can be obtained by the remitter customer from his or her bank branch. Alternatively, it's available on the check leaf of the beneficiary. This code number, bank branch information, can be communicated by the beneficiary to the remitting customer. The list of IFSC is also available on the RBI website. There you have the link. The list is updated on a fortnightly basis. 10. Do all banks branches in India provide RTGS service? How can a remitting customer know whether the bank branch of the beneficiary accepts remittance through RTGS? For further transfer to go through RTGS, both the sending bank branch and the receiving bank branch needs to be RTGS enabled. Presently, there are more than a lot of RTGS enabled bank branches, the list of which is available on the RBI website at the link that you have below. The list is updated on a fortnightly basis. 11. What care should be taken while originating an RTGS transaction? The following should be ensured while putting through a fund transfer transaction using RTGS. Originating and destination bank branches are part of the RTGS network. Beneficiary details such as beneficiary name, account number and account type, name and IFSC of the beneficiary bank branch should be available with the remitter. Extreme care should be exercised in providing the account number of the beneficiary, as during processing RTGS transactions, the credit will be given to the customer's account solely based on the account number provided to the RTGS remittance instruction message. 12. In RTGS, wise credits to the beneficiary given solely based on account number. Transactions in RTGS happen in real time and it is not possible to match name and account number before affording credit to the beneficiary, since name in the Indian context is spelt differently and would not really match with that available with the beneficiary, the bank. The process of affording credit solely based on the account number of the beneficiary has been enabled. Yeah, so there you have an example. So what is the time taken for effecting funds transfer from one account to another through RTGS? Under normal circumstances, the beneficiary branches are expected to receive the funds in real time as soon as funds are transferred by the remitting bank. The beneficiary bank must credit the beneficiary account within 30 minutes of receiving the funds transfer message. Sorry. Can a remitting customer initiate a transaction for a future date? No, the RTGS system does not accept future validated transactions. Can transaction be originated to draw and receive funds from another account? Nope. RTGS is a credit push system. Transactions can be originated by the payer, remitter, sender only to pay, transfer, remit funds to a beneficiary. Can RTGS transaction be tracked? would the remitting customer receive an acknowledgement of money credited to the beneficiary account? While the customer do not have the facility to track the transaction, the RBI has implemented a feature of positive confirmation in an RTGS transaction. Under this, the remitting bank would receive a message from RB through the beneficiary bank that the money has been credited to the beneficiary bank, the customer bank. Based on this, the remitting bank should advise the remitting customer that money has been credited to the receiving bank beneficiary account. So it's a bit strange that the customer do not have the facility to track the transaction, so that they should have, but that is another thing for another day. 17. Would the remitting customer get back the money if it's not credited to the beneficiary account? Is there any time frame prescribed for it? Yes, it is not possible to credit the funds to the beneficiary customer's account for any reason. The funds received by the RTGS member bank will be returned to the originating bank within 1 hour of receipt of the payment at the payment interface (PI), or before the end of the RTGS business day, whichever is earlier. Once the money is received back by the remitting bank, the original debit entry in the customer's account needs to be reversed. 18. Is a customer eligible to get compensation for delay in returning the payment? In case in any delay in returning the failed payment, the originating customer is eligible to receive compensation at current repo rate plus 2%. Whom can customer contact in case of non-credit or delay in credit to the beneficiary account? The customer can contact his or her bank branch if there is an issue or delay, non-credit to the beneficiary account. The details of customer facilitation center of members banks are also available on the website of RBI at link. 20. What is UTR number? Unique transfer reference is what it means. And number and is a 22-character code used to uniquely identify a transaction in RTGS systems. Good to know. What is the help desk contact point at the RBI? You might approach RTGS help desk contact point of the RBI at the link blah blah blah. Whom should I approach for raising dispute complaint related to RTGS transactions? So you can read it for yourself. It says that you may make a complaint under the Reserve Bank Integrated Ombudsman. That's not a Norwegian word actually. It's a shame. Yeah, good times, and you have a link there. So how can I file a complaint under the RBIOS 2021? Complaints can be filed online at link or through a dedicated email. Yeah. And at last, 24. What is legal entity identifier and how is it relevant in case of RTGS transactions? On a legal entity identifier lien for large value transactions in centralized payment systems on the RBI website at link can be referred to. So yeah, and of course, this disclaimer. These FAQs are issued by the Reserve Bank of India for information and general guidance purposes only. The bank will not be held responsible for actions taken and/or decisions made on the basis of them the same. For clarifications of interpretations, if any, one may be guided by the relevant circulars and notifications issued from time to time by the bank. So, if you want to stay informed and updated on this matter, you have to check on their website and see if there's anything new regarding real-time gross settlement systems. But at least we have learned what that means now. So progress and all that. So, thank you for the journey, and I hope that you learned something new. And of course, always try to learn new things. Be curious, and it will take you places. So thank you for being with me today, and until the next video, goodbye.